Good morning, ATL sports fans. It's your hosts, T-Will and Mr. Deboe Vibes, coming to you on this Tuesday morning, talking all things, you guessed it, Atlanta Falcons and maybe some Braves. Debo, the Falcons had what I would call an amazing draft, right? They
Yes.
drafted two edge rushers, which was a position of need. They drafted one safety and one looks like it's going to be a nickel corner.
Right.
They had a great draft. They also drafted an offensive tackle. We got some other stuff to get into, but for now, the positives. Debo, give me your thoughts on everybody we drafted. Give me your thoughts because I think you were with us. I
Yeah.
think I
With
did
yeah.
put on
Yeah.
one time for the fans, so we saw that live.
Right.
Give me your thoughts on just everything that occurred, really in the draft, if you would.
Yeah. Absolutely, bro. First of all, good morning to you, man. Good morning to everybody who tuned into the show. We definitely appreciate it, man. In reference to the draft, man, any Falcons fan who could say anything negative about this draft, I will have to check a mental faculties because so much was done strategically by Terry Fontenot to address the issues that were needed this year. And I think the difference between this draft right here and last year's draft, it seemed like last year's draft was just all over the place. It was like, you know what I'm saying, your first pick, I mean, your second pick, getting Ruka Row. You know what I'm saying? You're getting Dorless, you're getting, JD Bertrand. It's like you're getting these small pieces. But if you could sit there and say that if you thought any of those pieces would be the fine starters last year, you know what I'm saying, you'd be kind of scratching your head. And that whole draft class last year potentially was redshirted. None of the draft choices last year contributed, other than Michael Penix towards the end, a little bit of J.D. Bertrand, a little bit of Ricky Rowe, Doris for a game. Trice was injured. I
Yeah.
mean, and Zion Lowe, he was traded. Well, he was released. But this draft, Terry Fontenot sat down along with Jeff Albrecht, and they had a plan to bring in starters, not stars, but actual starters. But then you turn around and get talent like James Pierce Jr., move up to get him, and you get Jalen Walker. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, I was like, after I had posed a question, after the picks of the first round, was no matter what Terry Fontenot does, will this draft be a success? So I was like, yeah, in my opinion, yeah. No, after what he did, getting Walker and getting Pierce Jr., I said after this, just doesn't even matter. This is a success.
Right.
But for him to turn around and get Xavier Watts at that position that he did,
In the third
a stud safety,
round. Yeah. Yeah.
stud safety, out of Notre Dame, and ball hawking safety, and then turn around and get Bowman, the slot corner. Well, like you say, he's like slot corner safety. Plays a lot inside. From Oklahoma. I didn't know that much about it. I did a little research once we drafted him. Another stud guy, another ball. You got two ball hawks. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then of course the tackle that we got out of Wisconsin. So you're looking at those guys right there, those five players. Not the tackle aside from Wisconsin, which could be Gruden to be a starter. I do believe we got four starters, and that's when you think about it like that. It's not about the quantity of picks, it's the quality of picks. And
Oh
I think
yeah.
the quality of picks
I
that
agree.
we got, bro, with the quality we got potentially four stars. I'm really excited about Xavier Watts, though, man. I'm really excited. You got him. Have him learn under Jesse Bates. Have him back there. Two ball hawks, by the way, and
Yeah.
Bates and Watts.
Yeah.
You put them back there, and potentially, what I'm saying. We'll see what happens with a slot position. It'll be a battle between Alford and Bowman.
Yep.
But dude, how can you not be excited about it? The offense is fine. We've already know. Look, the offense for the time being, they should be putting up points at a premium. Cherry Fun don't have that focus on defense. You focus not only on defense, you got quality picks and quality players, and five picks, and you potentially got four starters. Absolutely great work, man. So we Terry Fontenot, he's been catching hell all year. I know I've been giving him hell. You cannot say nothing bad about this dude after what he did. Now it's on Raheem Morris, like we talked about last time. Terry Fontenot, I'm like, dude, I did my part. Now it's on you.
Yeah.
Now it's on you. You got the pieces. Jeff Albert apparently was head over heels about the whole draft, so he got his pieces. So Terry Fontenot, now he can sit back. He did his job. He had 3 days, three great days to get the job done, and he got the job done. Now it's on the coaching staff. But yeah, man, great draft, awesome draft, dude.
Yeah. I mean, awesome draft. We got to do some housekeeping. King Richie says, "What's good, fellas? What's good, King?"
What's good, homie?
Let's see. Monte Carlo, Atlanta versus everybody. What up, man? Falcon Commander. Good Tuesday, April 29th. Go Atlanta Falcons. Rise up, Dirty Birds. Go Bravos for Atlanta.
For sure.
Let's see. Jay Black says, "Morning, fellas."
Morning to you.
King Richie says that tackle can start to 393 snaps and only one sack. Okay.
Yeah.
Jay Black, King Richie, sup? Deboe, you are right. Terry Fontenot gets an A+. Yeah, I would agree. I think Terry had a great draft.
Awesome draft, man.
I think, and you know what's funny? It's amazing at how the media will always spin the narrative in a negative way. Always.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Because you got folks that are like, well, I can't believe that they traded back up in the first round to get James Pierce. I mean, James Pierce. And what incenses me, right?
Mm.
And we're going to get into this a little bit. To me, there is a disproportionate amount of negative information dispersed regarding melanated players. And if you juxtapose it to non-melanated players, you very rarely hear negative spin. I mean, you got to be like Ryan Leaf.
Always has been, always will be.
You got to be like asshole of the year for them to say anything. And that right there is what I don't like, because that is unfair. This is how I feel about it. I used to be in management, right? And one thing they would say is you're either going to be nice to everybody or you're going to be an asshole to everybody, but pick a side and stick with it. You cannot be inconsistent, right? You can't be like, oh, he's a good guy. He's just misunderstood. And this guy, oh, he's just arrogant. He's full of himself. Oh, he's entitled. This guy's just passionate. He believes in himself. He believes in himself. Pick a side, dude. You know what I mean? What I didn't like, and I mean, look it. James Pierce probably has had some issues. Yeah. Probably. Guess what? Probably not a choir boy. But you know what? You need a few of those on a team. Everybody on your team can't be a choir boy.
No, okay? No, not at all. Yeah, you need that edge. You need that someone with edge.
You need one or two thugs on your team. And when I say that, I'm using it as a colloquialism. I'm not literally calling him a thug. But what I'm saying is everybody on your team can't be quiet, especially defensive linemen. They got to be mean.
Oh, yeah.
They got to be nasty a little bit. You know what I mean? They got to have somewhat of a mean streak, right? So it's but anyway, they're like, yeah, you know, you come in to get the guy. Look at James Pierce runs a 4.5. And if you watch James Pierce's tape, one thing that stands out, that dude has some get somewhere in those shoes.
He does.
Now, he appears to have one move, and the Falcons are going to have to work on that. But that move is a doozy, because if he gets by you, ain't no stopping him. There's no. I mean, he is so quick, right? Like if you look at Jalen Walker's tape looks good, but James Pierce pops off.
Right.
I mean, when you watch him, that bend, that get off is just ridiculous. So for you to say that, oh, you know, because most people had Pierce going in the first round. For you to say that the Falcons getting him at 26 is a reach, I don't understand that.
You got to do I'm sorry, bro. People have to do the math. People are like, what? But they're like, well, you gave up too much. You got a first round talent. Pick. You got a first round pick in the first round. You got first round talent in the first round. So you didn't lose anything. On top of that, if the Falcons, and when I say let's do the math. If the Falcons are to be, as expected, a much more improved team, going deep into the playoffs, very deep into the playoffs, The deeper you get into the playoffs, the later your draft pick is. Period. Unless you did some kind of crazy ass deal. So people complain about the draft pick. If we expect what the Falcons are going to do, next year's draft pick is going to be like 25,
Yeah.
26, 27,
or higher.
or higher. So
Correct.
why would you get mad about giving that up when you got a stellar pick this year?
Right.
You got to think people don't think about that. Oh, we gave up too much. Yeah, how do we give up too much? We're addressing the issue that we've been focusing on, and he addressed it.
Bro.
And I heard that all weekend, dude. Like people like, oh, we gave up way too much. We gave up way too much. Okay, what's Terry Fontenot supposed to do? Say, oh, we got that. I'm done. I'm good now. This man ass is on fire right now.
Right. Yes. Absolutely.
So you got to make the moves. And I think this dude made the perfect move, bro.
At 100%. I don't have an issue with it at all because number one, you can't trade a number one pick for a number two. Like who does that?
Right.
Who does that? No one does that. I've never seen somebody acquire a number one pick for a second round pick. I've never seen that.
Never.
Normally, if you trade for number one, you give them your number one value.
Yep.
And they give you that. Well, guess what? We had already used our number one. But it's still a number one pick. You still owe a number one pick. So I don't understand why people are so confused. And what annoys me about it, if the Eagles did it, it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, if the Eagles did, they'd be another great move, by the Eagles, Brad. Another phenomenal move by the Eagles, Brad. Right. Which, by the way, they did have a great move by getting Jahad Campbell, dog.
They did.
I mean, that was just amazing. But like you said, dog, like for them, for if it had been another team to do that, oh, they're good because the Falcons did it. Oh, this is another crazy move. You gotta be crazy to be successful. Look what the Texans did 2 years ago when they mortgaged literally their entire draft to move up to get it. They already had a number 2 pick. They moved to get a number 3 pick. You know what that number 3 pick was? Will fucking Anderson. And look what he's doing.
Yep.
So you got to make things happen, bro. You got to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? To get something, you gotta give something, and you gotta be aggressive, and that's what I'm saying right there, dog. If James Pierce goes out there and has like 12 sacks, the same people who are like, "Oh, why we do that for?" They're gonna be cheering and yes, he's a bet. Look at him. Well, where was all that on draft night? You can't have it both ways. You gotta be. You have to be optimistic about it, dog. You have to.
No, man, it kills me the narrative that they stretch when it's the Falcons. And all it is it's clickbait. Because they know, number one, you got some Falcons fans that'll go, oh yeah, it was terrible. And they know that it'll sell. You get what I'm saying? My father told me a long time ago, when you wake up every morning, know that everybody that you come in contact with in some sort of business, in some sort of vicinity, is trying to separate you from your dollar in one way or another. So when they put out these articles, it's clickbait. That's all it is. They're trying to get you to watch. Oh, what sells? Oh, the Falcons messed up again. Bro, I've never seen any NFL team trade for a number 1 pick without trading another number 1 pick back. So I don't understand the disconnect. I don't understand how people are, if they gave up too much. They gave up a first and a second.
Right. And like I said, bro, people always gave away. I would like to ask somebody. Hey, you never know, bro. We might have someone looking at this right now thinking the Falcons gave up too much. If we got someone thinking that, I want them to put in the chat why, or just irregardless. If they're saying, oh well, the Falcons gave up way too much, what did we give up? We gave a first round pick. What did we get? A first round pick. What am I missing?
What do you mean?
What am I missing?
What are you saying?
It's like let me give you a single analogy. And T-Wil, I know you're happily married man, so I know that. I'm saying from my perspective, if I'm dating a big booty chick.
Oh boy.
Right?
Big booty Judy.
A big booty G from College Park, from the A. All right.
Which is
and then
body. Oh,
right.
Buffy the Body. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh man, for sure. You
already know. Go ahead.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give me. I'm gonna this one ain't working. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and give me another one. I get another one, and someone says, "What are you doing?" Or what do you mean? What am I doing? You just give it that big booty chick. Well, I got another one, another big booty chick. Well, you missed out. You're losing out. How am I losing out? When I got one, I got the same thing I got, except this one got a little less attitude. You know what I mean? The same exact thing. We gave him a first round pick. We got another one.
I feel the need. I feel the need to say young lady one and young lady two, just so the young ladies out there won't get offended and call us misogynist.
Young lady one. And this is a total scenario.
Right,
A total fictional scenario. A total fictional scenario, ladies.
We get it. We get it.
A total tale. That was a tale. That was a tale.
We know you're retired. We know you're a good dude now. We know you're not out in the
I'm not a heathen. I'm not a heathen no more.
There you go. There you go. Hey, we were all young.
I'm not as my beloved mom said, I'm no longer rude, cruel, and socially unacceptable.
Oh man. We got Miss Carrie in the chat. Miss Carrie, baby.
Carrie, what's happening with you?
And we got Antonio, right? And yeah, man, for me, it's just the narrative. And I know that we haven't been to the playoffs in God knows how long, but look, they said the same thing about Michael Penix. And thank God we did take Michael Penix. Thank God we took
in the grand scheme of things, you had to be elated that Terry Fontenot turned around and did that.
Can you imagine where we would be had we not taken Michael Penix?
This franchise will be in total chaos right now. At the brink of absolute chaos right now if we didn't have a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But period, point blank. So not only did last year did we not, a draft pick, a contingency plan for Kirko Pinocchio, we got a starter and hopefully a franchise quarterback. So, but hey, let's answer your question. Have we not done that? Dude, nah, man.
Right, and look, you got to do what's right for your franchise. Right. You get what I'm saying? I don't care what these people think out there because half of them are wrong. Oh, well, the Falcons have never taken that. Well, guess what? The Falcons have never been in this position where they're signing a 36-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles. I'm glad they did. I'm glad that Raheem and Terry had the good God-given sense to say, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this guy for two reasons. Number one, Michael Penix is the future. Like it or not, Kirk Cousins was not going to be here for the 4 years. He was going to be here 2 years, and then he's out.
Right.
Okay, and that's just the way it was. You're still getting your 100 of your 180 millions, Kirk. $100 million is $100 million, bro. We're paying you. It's not like we're like
either way you get
right. You're getting your money, right? So and I'm fine with it because you had to have that. For everybody that's like you paid $100, that's the going rate. Right? Or how about this? How about the next time you need your lawn cut, you stop and ask a lawn guy if he'll cut your yard for $5. I promise you he won't. Why? Because that's the going rate.
That's the going rate, yeah, exactly.
For big yards is usually 150. For small yards, it may be 50 to 75, right? But you're not getting your yard cut for $5, right? You're not going to get a decent quarterback for $500,000. You're not going to get a decent You're not going to get a decent quarterback for $10 million.
Right.
You're not, right? If Dak has 60, Lamar has 52, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is $25 million?
Peanuts.
It's the going rate for a decent quarterback.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's guaranteed. Why? Because that's where we are.
Right. The way the market, as you touched on that.
That's the way of the market.
Supply and demand.
Right.
Supply and demand.
We're in a situation where they needed a quarterback. As my friend Trey from the Waterboys says, Arthur was quarterback broke. Okay. And he didn't want to experience that anymore.
Right.
Period. Point blank. He did not want to experience that anymore. So you know what he did, and you know what Terry did, and thank God they did. Right. Because I can't imagine having to go to who was our backup?
It was Tyler Heineke.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
you
Taylor
do that
Heineke.
if you want, bud.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
dog.
Can you
No,
imagine
thank you.
that?
No, thank you.
Can you imagine that?
Well, as you can recall, we did try that a couple of years ago, and it was a horrible experience. He started a couple of games for us, and it did not work itself out at all.
Yeah, I
Taylor
mean, but
Heineke. That dude, just thinking about it, dog, gives me a PTSD, dog.
right,
Real talk,
right.
real
No.
talk.
And Carrie's like she disagrees because it was and it was a bad deal, but it was the only deal to be made at the time, Carrie. And
What
we're not
happened now?
gonna agree on
I
this.
can't see the comment. What happened?
Carrie's like, I disagree, but I respect it. Laugh out loud. Kirk Cousins' deal was a bad one, but it is what it is. It's Michael Penix's time. Kirk is old news. And you're absolutely Kirk is old news. You're right. It's Michael Penix's time, but it was the best deal we could make at the time, Carrie, because we didn't know if we were going to get Penix. And you could make the argument, right? You could, because Denver and one other team wanted to go up, but they figured since we signed Kirk Cousins, there's no way they're going to draft Michael Penix as well. Hell, Kerry, you and I said they weren't going to draft him right before they did. Literally
Yeah.
seconds before they announced. It's Michael Penix. Kerry and I were like, well, we know who they're not going to draft. They're not going to draft Michael Penix.
Yep.
Damn it if they didn't do it.
What do it? Yeah.
Spellbound, like, holy shit. Anyway.
And I'll never forget one of the main teams that I totally caught that was caught totally off guard was that were the Vegas Raiders, because they had Michael Penix signed, sealed, and delivered.
Right.
And then when Denver was another team like you touched on. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And,
So
and
good job.
look,
Hey, Terry Fontenot, he had to do that. He
he
had
had
to.
to do it, and I think it was the same thought process in this draft. Look, we need pass rushers.
Right.
We need pass rushers. We need pass rushers like y'all need oxygen. We got to have it. So when Jalen, because I think their pick at 15 was going to be James Pierce Jr., and Jalen Walker happened to drop in their laps. And how could you not take Jalen
Yeah,
Walker?
you gotta
Right.
do it.
So they take Jalen Walker, right? And then they are fortunate and blessed enough to trade back in with the Rams because Raheem was like, hey, bro, hey, what's up, man? Hey, do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Let me trade with you in the 26. Yeah, I'll give you first round next year. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And a second round this year. Yep. Okay. And they traded back and they got James Pierce Jr. And look it, like you said it earlier, Raheem, Terry's job is done. Raheem, it's on you and Jeff. Okay. And Jeff, how about you lock up your iPad, sir? Damn
Please.
it.
Yeah, that'd be nice, bro. That'd be nice. Yeah, Jeff Albert, give
a password.
If you could possibly lock your damn iPad when you walk away, bro, that'd be kind of cool, bro.
That would be great. Let me tell you something. Every device that I have, and I got a lot of devices. I got a lot. Well, as you can see, but every
I can tell by the control center behind you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's Houston over here. It's control center. But every tablet that I have has a password. Every phone that I have has a password. Why?
Mm-hmm.
For that reason. I don't understand how you can exist. I just finished taking a class for my job yesterday on phishing and emails and social engineering and all of that other stuff. And the main thing they tell you is before you get up and walk away, lock
your station,
device,
like your device.
You work in IT as well. First,
correct.
And I'm sure you take the same courses. I know you do.
Same exact animated course,
right? So, Jeff Albrecht, what the hell are you doing? Now, I get you're in your home, and I get there's an expectation of privacy. I do. I get that. However, you're talking about someone's sensitive information. And look at Deboe, we were talking about it. Guess what, brother? It's time to get into it. Right. So we got Big Low in the house. What it do? Big Low.
Oh man,
I got to talk about Big Low.
Let's do it. What in the world? But let's talk about Big Low right quick, man.
Big Low for a second. If you guys have not seen that video that Big Low did, you letting the best things in life go by. That damn Big Low is a true talent. He is a number one stunner. He is a gift to us from God. He doesn't miss.
This man, the gift that keeps on giving.
He doesn't miss.
I thought Big Low when he did the whole reprise of Juvenile's I I was like, man, that it can't get no better than this.
bro.
But for Low to turn around
Oh my
and
God,
redo
Outcast.
International Player by Outkast
Oh my
UGK
God,
with a Falcons twist
a freaking genius.
and an intro
He is
sounds
a
just like Andre
freaking, he
3000,
is
but
a
it's Big
freaking
Low handling his
genius, man.
business, bro. You want to
Low,
talk about I saw the video so many damn times, dude. It made no sense.
low. I am honored, sir, to say that I know you. I am honored to call you friend. I am in awe, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in awe. And one day, if I could be half as talented as you are, sir, I got a lot going for me. Because Lo, you are the freaking man. And don't ever let anybody tell you any different. Lo, you are
If
a
anybody
different
saying
guy.
different, they be fools.
Well,
They be
anybody
they be buffoons. They be idiots for them.
yes, they
Low.
would be idiots. But
Because this dude, Big Low, that video, dude, and it's catching traction. That video, bro, is
bro,
catching traction.
oh, well, what did he say?
I saw
Finish your
Jarvis Davis
draft.
comment on everything, bro.
Finish your draft, Terry Fontenot. Finish your draft. Like, just the way he did it was outstanding, man.
I'm real, man.
Big Low does not miss.
He don't
Okay.
miss,
And I
man.
know we
That
were
one right
talking
there,
about
dog.
the Falcons, but I'm sorry, y'all. I got to give Low his propers today. If you do not know who Low is, I don't know what the hell you're doing. And if
All you gotta
haven't
do is
seen
peep up that video.
you need to climb from under whatever rock you've been under. You need to check it out. But Low remade was it international players ball, international
Playing anthem, yeah.
international players anthem, and it was great. It was not good, it was great.
It was phenomenal.
It was funny. He had on the outfits. He was just great. He was great.
And this ain't and this ain't no bootleg stuff. This was an actual video.
Man,
you would think you're looking at like an actual music video, bro. The way the man lined everything out, man. Unreal, dude. Unbelievable. I'm like, look at Big Low, man. Like, the whole time I was like, what in the world, bro?
Bro, I'm watching this with my mouth open, like I'm like,
yeah, I'm like, yo, you know, you do the yo with the fist, yo.
Hey,
that was me, bro.
Hey, that was great. And of course, we got Uncle Steve in the building. Uncle Steve, what it do, man?
Uncle Steve in the building, man, chilling in the lounge.
Big Low took his white outfit from my closet.
Oh, damn, that was Steve's outfit.
I'm going to Judge Judy to get it back.
Man. I'm telling you, dog. See that illustrates what we've been talking about with this whole Jax Aubrey thing. Uncle Steve said it. He took it from his closet. Steve, if you had your closet locked, you don't have to worry about this. Him taking nothing.
There you go, Uncle Steve. You're getting your Jeff Albrecht on, Uncle Steve. You should have locked your closet.
You should have locked it.
We got Benny in the chat. We got the Falconator. What it do, Benny?
What up, ATL Peace? What's happening with you?
How you doing, man? Hey, Vinny is representing us well, man. Everywhere he goes, man. Got to give shout out to Vinny. And of course, we got Antonio in there, and Antonio's freaking hilarious. I love me some Antonio, man. That dude's hilarious. All right. So
cooler than polar bear's toenails.
Cooler than.
By the way, man, while we're talking about, man, big time shout out, man, to Dre and Andre 3000. Andre 3000 been making it to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah,
Dre and Big did that.
Well deserved. Put Atlanta on the map as far as hip hop is concerned. Well, I'm not gonna say they put us on the map because there were some hip hop artists before them.
More localized though,
but they were localized. But the success that they experienced, they took us worldwide. And just their original sound. What I like about them is that even though they are a collective group, they are two totally different sounds, and they have remained that way. They have each grown in their craft, and I just think they are phenomenal artists. And I think it was just a no-brainer for them, and I'm so proud of them. I'm happy for LA and Babyface. As you know, they discovered them. RIP Rico Wade, wherever you are, brother. Just excited.
It's amazing, bro. Like where they came from, the trajectory of two kids who, you know what I'm saying, who made it to Tri-City high schools.
Yep.
Or now in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yep. And they did it.
Amazing, bro.
And they did it. All right, man. Unfortunately, we got to get back to our Jeff Ulbrich stuff. So look, we all know, you know, again, they tell you to lock these devices, right? And obviously he didn't. And I can't. you're at home, right?
Right.
So what his son did would be the equivalent to one of my kids coming in here, looking at a customer's information,
Mm-hmm.
and and oh my god,
Dude.
the thing is, and I'm glad Jeff did not get fired, because again, I know he probably should have locked it, but let's just say he had to go to the bathroom. You're in your home, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not like you're at Target or Sam's or
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks, and you
Right.
leave your device out. You're in your home, you're in
Mm-hmm.
your office, there's an expectation of privacy, and your kid comes along and does something extremely nefarious that you, and obviously he had no idea, right?
Right.
Takes the numbers down and decides he's going to prank call this, which is maybe despicable is a little strong, but it's despicable from the sense of, in Shadur's case, the guy's already down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He had expectations of going in the first round. You're now in the fifth round or whatever, and you got idiots calling you saying, "Guess what?" And don't get me wrong, this happens, right?
Right.
This is not the first time this has happened, and it won't be the last. There is
Mm-hmm.
always some idiot that wants to, poke fun at somebody, and really,
Yeah.
it boils down to jealousy. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I'm not going to talk about anybody's kid. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I'm just going to say, do a stare and compare. That's all I'm going to say. Juxtapose
Hey.
Jax and Shadur. You tell me who's winning.
Right.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Do a stare and compare with Jax and Shadur, and you tell me who's winning. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to say anything else, because that is still somebody's kid. I'm not going to talk about him, but it's just jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just jealousy. You up, you in your feelings, you mad. You want to kick somebody when they're down. You want to take your opportunity to dispense a little justice for the world.
Right. Get that brief satisfaction, and wound up backfiring and made him look totally stupid.
Yeah, it did.
And the thing,
really did.
and here's my thing, in reference to that, in reference to what Jax Albrecht did. I'm constantly telling my son, this is my son's first year in college, his really first time experience in the real world.
Congratulations.
He's going out and just, things are happening at a rapid pace for him. He's having a great time. And I always tell him, what I constantly tell him is this: whatever is done by you, as far as him in public, period, I tell him, boy, don't forget, whatever's done by you is a reflection on me. Because any action that you do, positive, negative, or indifferent, the first person people will say is like, where his parents at? Who raised him?
Yep.
Who raised him? Where's mom at? Where's daddy at?
Yep.
So I tell them all the time, be very cognizant of what you do, what you say. Use please and thank you. Be respectful, because the first thing people do is when a kid acts up, or anybody acts up in that age range, the first thing they say is like, where the parents at? How was he raised? How was she raised?
Yep.
I say, so whatever's done by, I let my son know on a regular basis, whatever's done by you is a reflection on me, and you better not embarrass me. So when you look at what Jax Albrecht did, a almost sense of entitlement for him to do what he did,
Mm-hmm.
and ask me who runs the house, the elder Albrecht or the junior Albrecht. Because if my son, I'm gonna tell you, like you said a little bit ago, bro, there ain't no way in the world, like you have an office, ain't no way in the world my son gonna be coming in there and snooping around. No way. He knows, but he wouldn't even think about it. He wouldn't even think about it. So go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something about Willie Wilson. Okay. That's my father.
Yes, sir.
If I even
got close. I'm telling you.
It just make my chest hurt, because I know.
I'm feeling. Yeah, so you feel what I'm saying? Me too.
Like, you did what,
dude?
Damn! Like, it wouldn't. For you, first and foremost, that is so disrespectful, because that's your father's job. That
Absolutely.
has nothing to do with you.
Absolutely.
And again, I'm not going to attack his parenting style, because I don't know the dynamic. I don't.
Right. Well,
So
cool. I got you. That's fair. That's fair.
What I will say, however, if that had been Willie Wilson, I probably would have had some surgeries the next day. Let's put it that way. You
Right.
talking about going after a man's livelihood. My father was punch first, ask questions later.
You would have you would have some what they call you would have some free dental work.
or I would have had to duck and move, but hey, my father was gonna throw them bows, man. I mean,
I'm the same way, bro. My dad, Robert Deboe, was a no nonsense dude, and if I even thought about coming close to, I'm thinking about what you thinking about your beautiful father, man.
yeah,
My dad, rest his soul. If I even thought about look at something the wrong way, that's my ass.
bro.
So you look at a situation where you got Jax Albrecht, not only looking at this information, extremely private, and public does not need to see the information that Jax Albrecht is looking at. He comes across it,
He didn't get sued.
and then you do
He did not get sued.
and then you do a video,
Right. That I mean that
to show it.
and again and again and again and to Lowe's point, my father would be so mad. So whenever I really pissed my dad off, there was a line of when he was mad, he was very verbose.
Mm-hmm.
But he would always say, I cannot believe you had the audacity, the unmitigated gall, even to do that. You are so bold, and I'm about to kick your ass. Like it would go exactly that way, right? It's amazing,
Dude,
the lack of respect that these kids had. Because bro,
I mean, my bad. T-Will, I will be in jail because I'll black out. If my son did, I would literally black out. I would black out, and I would wake up in jail like, what the hell happened? What? And they're like, you know what fuck you just did? You went out for your son,
bro.
Dude, there's no way. I mean,
bro.
Yeah, dog.
All I'm saying is, I mean, hey, whatever. But let's get to it. So, guys in the chat, do you feel like Ulbrich should have gotten fired? Because I'm sure there's a password protocol, and I'm sure it wasn't followed. So if you feel like, and I don't feel like he should be fired, but I'm interested to hear what you guys think. If you guys feel like Ulbrich should be fired, drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't feel like Ulbrich should be fired, drop a 2. What I'm interested to know is, do you think his son should be sued? And the reason I'm saying that is you went onto a company server and you stole company information. And if, let's just say, Shador and or whoever got calls decided to do something about it, they could go after the Falcons because that's their personal information. You're talking about, and I know you work in tech like I do. You're talking about CP&I. You're talking about PII, and you're talking. Is it PCI? Is the other one?
Yes.
But you're talking about customer proprietary network information. You can't do that with all of these safeguards that are in place, all of these hacks and breaches and whatever. The Falcons, if Shador wanted to really push it, they could be sued.
Because it's a privacy clause. The same thing. Like I work in health insurance. There's something called the HIPAA law. They shut the HIPAA law down through HIPAA. And any company, any corporation where information is leaked, private information, in my profession, patient information, and someone gets it, that's a very serious offense.
That is very serious, right?
Right. So we're looking at the same thing. This man basically hacked into us, looked at information, even though, you know what I'm saying, it was just sitting there because Jeff Ulbrich didn't lock it. The man's sitting looking at the kid looking at it, and he takes the time to actually get information. And think about it like this, T-Will. We know that he got Shador Sanders' private number and made that prank phone call. How do we not know he has more information from that iPad?
And we don't know that he didn't pass that information off to other folks.
Just saying.
He may not do something, but
I'm pretty sure he saw more than one. I'm pretty sure he saw more than one phone number.
Right, but I'm saying the people that he was around, because he wasn't alone when he made the call.
Right. Oh, yeah.
They saw the number. And what you get what I'm saying? Like,
I totally get what you're saying. Yeah.
Chain of possession, but it either way, it's bad. Look, they tell us in tech all the time: Control Alt Delete before you leave your seat. Remember that? Control
Yeah.
Alt Delete before you leave your seat. And it's bad. So everybody in the chat is saying no, he shouldn't be fired. How about this, guys? Do you guys think that his son should be liable or sued for this egregious display of basically bad decision making? Give me your thoughts on that. Do you guys look at it? Oh, he's 21, he's a kid, whatever, or do you look at it like, well, he's going to graduate college next year? He's a grown man. He made a decision. He was well aware of what he was doing. Should he be held accountable? In other words, if there's a legal issue, should they go after him? Not from a penal code perspective, but as far as him being liable. Do you guys feel like that he should be sued? And if you feel like he should be sued, drop a 1. If you don't, if you think, oh, he's 21, he's a kid, then drop a 2. We got John from Out of Your Falcon Mind in the chat this morning. Good morning, John. How you doing, sir? Hopefully all is well.
John, what's going on, Shadow?
Carrie's like, he's 100% an adult. Should be held accountable. He's an adult.
Thank you.
Bigelow's such a big old, he's just a big old lovable bear. He's like, nah, he's a kid. Besides, what does he have to sue for? I'm just saying, man, to make a point, Lo. I'm just saying to make a point. Carrie says, better him than the Falcons. And you know what, Carrie? It could come down to just that, right? Because let me tell you something, how people are, right? And this is how people are. This just happened, right?
Right, yeah.
But at some point, Deion's going to be playing cards with some of his buddies. Shadour's going to be playing cards. And somebody's going to say to him, you know what, dog? I would sue him. I wouldn't take that. He did that to you.
He did that to you. You going to let him do that to you?
You going to take that?
I go old dog on him. I'd be like old dog in Men's Society, man. He did that to you right in front of you.
Right in front of you.
Huh? He made a prank phone call right in front of you, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it?
You ain't do nothing.
Man, you's a mark.
You better stop acting like a little. This what we about to do.
Man, you act like a lawyer. Man, stop acting like a mark ass bitch. We gonna lawyer up, get this fool, and handle the business. Does he know who you? Does he not know who you are? Huh?
He's gonna do that.
Somebody gonna hype him, but like I said, I think the only thing about it is when Shadour sat there and accepted his apology, then I think that squashed it. Because the first thing people gonna say is like, well, you apologize for why now you want to sue.
No,
that's the thing, man.
But here's the thing, right? Here's what people do, right?
Right.
You gotta understand, Deboe. This was public.
Yes, absolutely.
It'd be different if this was done in private,
right?
And nobody knew about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was with some friends. This was back in college.
Okay.
And one of my friends was dating a girl that was on campus.
Okay.
And we met this guy who was down there, and I guess he and the girl were having a thing, but he doesn't know that he's talking to her boyfriend, who's here from out of town.
Oh, God.
And when I tell you he is saying stuff about her, oh, I did this, I did that, I did this. Now, here's what you need to understand. Everybody in there just wanted to be on this guy's team because this guy was about that life. I'm going to leave it right there.
Okay? I got you.
You know exactly what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
This dude was about that life. If he would have snapped his finger, that man would have been stomped to a pulp. And it's interesting. This guy does not, to this day, he doesn't know how close to death he came. He does not know. Because all he'd have had to do is been like, he didn't have to say anything.
Yeah, green light.
They'd have stomped him. They'd have stomped the taste out of his mouth. Right? So I guess what I'm saying is certain things that are done publicly, I've seen men get dealt with, bro. I've seen men
as have I.
You embarrass somebody. That's different than if you did it and it's just me and you. Because
and you know why?
It's just me and you. Nobody else.
Mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece. There you go. So I mean, hopefully it's squashed. But you know how the internet does. You know how people stir stuff up. So I don't know, but hey, man, whatever. Good discussion. It's all good. John,
I just want to bring one more point. Because like I told you yesterday, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's a 21-year-old. He's a kid. Don't worry about it." Man, let's read that right quick. what Kerry just said. We going to
21 years
we about
old.
to
He
yeah.
can buy alcohol, join the military. He can be charged as an adult for crimes he commits. He's an adult making childish decisions and mistakes. He deserves punishment. Suing though, nah.
Right.
Man, nah.
Exactly. Good and well said. That whole point about him, this dude's an adult. He's because you got people out there say the narrative that well, he's just 21, he's a kid, people make mistakes, this, that, and the other. So here's my thing. Okay, Kerry got another one. Kerry said, Deboe, I said he apologized. Let's move on. And some guy was coming for my head and said, that's an apology only. It's not enough. Good point. That's a hell of a point right there. That's a hell of a point.
People
That's
project, right?
that's a hell of a point. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, exactly. That's a great point. But going to make my point about this dude's age, 21 years old. This man, he's an adult. He's a man.
Yep.
He's a man. People are like, oh, he's a little kid. He's a kid. He's a kid. He's not a man. And my counter, and I gave you that scenario before we started the show. To anybody watching this right now who's saying Jax Albrecht is he's a 21-year-old kid, and we should, cut him some slack because he's only 21 years old, and 21-year-olds make mistakes. If Jax Albrecht broke into your house, invaded your house, and stole things from your house, and violated your property, would you think that he's just a 21-year-old kid? He makes mistakes. We just gotta get over it. Would you think that? Would you press charges? Would you treat him like he's an adult? You would look at him like he's an adult. Why? Because he did something crazy. He did something that he shouldn't have done.
Well, to be honest with you, if I could get to my gun,
he may not make it out.
Just saying.
He may not make it out the house.
In this scenario, I don't know that it's him, right? I don't know that it's him. So I'm just saying, right? Because I don't want to come off like
T-Will gonna shoot Jax Albrecht. What the hell? T-Will, you gonna shoot Jax Albrecht, bro?
Bro, let me tell you something. When it comes to me and my family, I don't give a damn who you are.
There you go. And that's how it should be, goddamn.
Don't do that. Shame on you for putting me in that situation because I don't give a damn how old you are. I got a 70-year-old mother-in-law in here, and I love my mother-in-law. My mama's gone. My mother-in-law, all I got left. I got two young nieces here. I got my daughter here. I got my son. I got my wife. I'm going to protect them to the death. So just don't come in. Just don't come in. Like and this is nothing personally at him. I'm saying anyone. If I don't know who you are, you know what you're about to hear? Click clack. Which is the universal sound for get the out. Okay. So whatever. Anyway. But yeah, I would press charges. Absolutely. Nathan Floyd says it wasn't just Sanders, Tyler Warren, and reports of others happened. Was it all Jackson and his friends? I know that there's a video of another person going around, and it probably is. But the point is, it's stupid, it's juvenile, it's in bad taste, and at some point, they should be held accountable, right? Absolutely, because think about it this way. What if you're interviewing for a job, right? What if you don't let's take the draft out of it? What if you're interviewing for your next job and some asshole calls you like, guess what, Deboe? You have a job. Oh, no, you don't. You'd be mad as hell.
Oh, I would go after that person.
You'd be furious.
I'll go after that person. Especially if I didn't get the job.
You'd be furious, right? So it's in poor taste. And it's bad business, man.
Absolutely.
It's bad business. It's bad business. But hey, hey man, good discussion. Do you have something in the way of R&B for us, or we got to wait till Friday?
No, I got you on Friday, man.
All right. So
you know what? Let me give you. I was talking to a friend over the weekend, and we big time old school R&B heads, and we started talking. And I'll present to a chat right now.
Okay.
Do I wait a second? I think I asked this question. I don't forget what I asked y'all last weekend, man. Was it this one? I don't know, man. Did I bring up SWV last week? I got so many in my goddamn head, bro. I just like if I did, I'll ask anyway. We started talking about SWV. We got to a little debate about which song was better, SWV Weak or the Right Here Human Nature remix.
See, neither one of those is number one for me. Okay, so let me take a step back.
Those two.
I can't. For me, my favorite song by them is Can We
Mm.
with Missy Elliott. That is number one, my favorite. They have another one
Yeah,
that's
produced by Timberland. Yeah.
you use your heart and not your mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's number two. And then a third one is I'll always how does that song go? Damn. Anyway, I love SWV.
Mm.
I love them. They are low key my second favorite group next to In Vogue, and they're neck and neck, right?
Right.
Because I was too young for the Supreme. So I love you, Diana Ross, but I was way too young. Okay,
Right.
but
I got you. Totally
love
understandable.
In Vogue. I love the ladies of In Vogue. They're demure, they're dilettantes, they're beautiful, they're sassy. They got it. But in a close second, that SWV, man, they are. Oh, I love them. So I do like the Human Nature.
Mm.
Okay. If I got to pick between the two, I'm going with the Human Nature.
The Right Here Human Nature remix.
Yeah, I'll go with the Human Nature remix. I'll go with that one.
Okay.
I'll go with that one.
Okay.
What about for you?
Well, that's what we got into because at the end of the day, I said the same thing. The Right Here Human Nature remix, and like they was like over week,
Yes.
and she, you know what I'm saying. They broke down. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, broke down week. I was like, dude. I said, I hear what you're saying, girl, but I'm still going the Right Here Human Nature remix, man. But it was quite a heated debate because like I said, you're looking at two powerful songs by a wonderful group. You know, from the same sound, from the same CD, their initial CD they had out. You know, the one that had Week, Right Here, Downtown, all that, man. You know what I mean?
Michael chooses Week. Which is weak, Mike. No, I'm kidding.
It's neck and neck, bro. It's neck and neck.
I'm just kidding, Mike. I'm just kidding. You know, hey.
Damn, man, that was kind of aggressive, T-Will.
That was aggressive. I love
the man was just answering a question. He was answering a question, bro. What the hell?
Bad host. Shame on you, T-Will. Let me ask you this, Deboe. Have you seen Sinners?
No, but my son saw it and he said he was phenomenal. And apparently it broke records, bro. From what my son said, he went out with a couple of fellows and they saw it. And I've been watching reviews. Apparently it broke records. Your boy might have to take a trip to AMC down the street, man, and peep out a matinee, dog.
Bro, it was great. I saw it twice.
Damn.
This weekend. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was out. Yeah, Mike says Week didn't need a remix. Okay. Fair enough, Mike.
See, that's a very fair point. Okay, that is that. You know what, bro?
That remix, though. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That
is a good point, Michael. Now, I never thought about it like that. Yeah. Week was so hard already. They didn't need a remix. That's a good point. Now you see, different. See, that's why I love doing this, man. You get different perspectives, bro. I love it, man.
You do. But hey, man, if you get a chance, check out Sinners. I'm probably gonna do a podcast on it this weekend.
Okay.
And I'm probably gonna do a small podcast on it on TikTok at some point this week. So
yeah, man, I might check it. I might go ahead and check it out. It's upcoming Friday, man.
Yeah, man. I finally got to 1,000 subscribers on TikTok, so now I can go live. So I'll probably go do like 30 minutes.
Cool, good for you, bro. Good job.
I appreciate it. But probably maybe Friday, I'll probably do like a 30-minute like just introduction to Sinners because it was a great movie. It's so much going on in that movie. But
yeah, man, I heard like it's you get they throw a lot at you.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, let me tell you something. Great. I'm gonna go see it a third time. And the reason why people do that is because there are things that you miss. Because there's so much going on.
There's so much going on. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So much going on, right? And there are things that you miss that you go back and you're like, okay, this is why it happened. Okay, this is why this. Okay, this is why this. And look, the cinematography was great. The camera work used. There were big shots when it needed to be really big, so they could focus on just the beauty of the land, and sometimes it was needed for emphasis. Just a great movie. Very good as far as the technicolor and the technical aspect. Script is outstanding, and the musical numbers.
Well, I've heard nothing but rave reviews about it.
Oh
Nothing but
wow,
and
man.
but everything like you said, like that the layout. That's what everybody
Yes,
was talking about. The
yes,
whole layout of this movie.
yes,
You really think you're there, and
yes,
it's so deep and so rich, and the
yes.
script is so impactful. And like I said, my son saw him and his homeboys. They wouldn't go see it on the weekend, and my son was like, "Dad, you gotta see that damn movie." That's all he said.
Again, best movie I've seen probably in about 5 years.
Okay,
I'm
fair
gonna go
enough.
on record as saying
That's
that. But
fair
hey,
enough.
man, I know you got a role, brother.
Yes,
Tell these
sir.
folks where they can find you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Y'all can please check me out. Go to Debo Vibes, man. If you guys like some good food and some good talk, check out Debo Vibes. You can always check out the archives of me talking about the Falcons last year. Also, I got food reviews and food videos archive. I just did a food video at the Italian Oven restaurant in Stockbridge, Georgia. Had some awesome meatball. Had they start with awesome meatball appetizer. Had some jambalaya, a excellent brick oven Mamma Mia pizza, followed off by a decadent fried cheesecake. And I had all that. I put it all in my video, man. So y'all go check it out, see what y'all think. Like I said, Debo Vibes on YouTube, Debo Vibes on TikTok, the real Debo Vibes on Instagram, and let me know what you think, man. Check it out.
All right, good deal, man. Well, hey, brother, we will see you Friday. Have an excellent week,
Yes,
and
sir.
you and I'll talk before then.
You already know.
All right, brother.
You already know. All right, everybody, take care. Y'all have a great day. Take care, bro.
All right, brother. You too.
All right, man.
We'll
Yep.
see you. All right, so Bello wants to talk about. I have a topic with the NFC South team. Which NFC South team is better after the free agency and draft ranking wise? No favoritism. Laugh out loud. Bello, I got to be honest with you. I got to say my beloved Atlanta Falcons. I mean, lest we not forget, we beat the Bucks twice last year. Beat them twice. Everybody else we beat once, and we got resoundingly better on defense. We were already good on offense. The NFC South this year should be no problem. So I am going to say our beloved Atlanta Falcons, but I'm interested to hear what the chat has to say about it. So if you guys want to tell me who you think is better. If you think the Bucks are better, drop it in the chat. If you think the hated Saints are better, drop it in the chat. If you feel like the Panthers are better, drop it in the chat. But I feel like the Falcons, with the moves that they made, got exactly what they needed, and I don't think anybody's better than than the Falcons. Kerry says, T. Well, the Panthers and even the Bucks had a good draft. That's true, Kerry. I agree with that. But I think where we differ is that the Falcons they addressed every need that they had on defense. Right? You had 8 corners. So you really, and even then you signed an undrafted free agent corner, right? So you got Kobe Bryant, which is a decent corner. You got him. You got the 2 safeties. You got the 2 edge rushers. The only thing you didn't get was a big ugly, and I think you signed some defensive tackles, or at least one, out of the undrafted free agent, and maybe they go out and sign another one. You don't know. But I think the Falcons are in the catbird seat. I really do. I think they're in a pole position as far as the division is concerned. I'm not worried about the Panthers. I'm not worried about the Panthers. I'm not worried about the Bucks. I'm not worried about any of them. Because again, this offense is going to score. They're going to score on anybody. And if that defense can get 3, 4, 5 sacks a game and sacks a game and get off the field at least 3 more times, then we're on it. We'll win. I got no issue. We're going to score 28 points on anybody. So all we got to do is hold them to 21. I'm confident. I'm very confident. I'm not worried about anybody. Bello says my ranking after free agency: 1 Falcons, 2 Panthers, 3 Bucks, 4 Saints. That's fair. That's fair. Kerry says, I hate that the Bucks got that big D tackle. Yeah, that's going to be tough to run the ball on them. Although with him being 400 pounds, I don't know, maybe Kerry, you run some outside stretch. You know what I mean? Although they got other guys that can run, but maybe you run some outside stretch. You know, I mean, I don't know. That's a big dude. That next to Vita Vea, shit. I don't know, man. That's a good point, Kerry. I did not think about that. That dude is huge. He is ginormous. Let's see. Jay Black says I meant pigeons. I hear you, Jay Black. Jay Black says Falcons, Bucks, Panthers, Turtle Doves, and Saints. He says he meant pigeons. I love it. I love it. I love it. No, I think, look at, I'm really not worried about Carolina. And I think Carolina's going to be good. I do. But I just feel like we're going to be a little bit better because let me tell you something. Raheem knows I got 1 year, buddy. I got one. Okay? I'm that there will be no do-over, right? Eastbound and I'm loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna say what they can't? We're gonna do what they can't, what they say can't be done. We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Come on, come on. Watch your bandit run. You got one chance, Raheem. Okay? You got to drive this stuff from Texarkana back to Georgia, not get caught by the Smoky, and drop off 38,000 cases of beer. Raheem, you got one shot, man. You got to make the playoffs because if you don't, it's curtains and kitten caboodles for you, buddy. So I think Raheem will be motivated. I think Jeff Ulbrich, what do we call him? iPad dude, iPadster. He's going to be motivated. All right. I think this defense will be humming. I think we're going to be aggressive. I'm not saying we're going to be blitz happy. We'll blitz enough, but I think this is going to be an aggressive defense. And I think we should hold teams to 20 points. And if we can hold them to 20 points, we're going to score at least 24, 25, and we're going to win a lot of games. Plus, we don't have the most difficult of schedules. We were, I believe, in third place, right? So, yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Lowe says, it's time to lock and load. Belo says, it's hope with the Panthers because of that last game. Yeah, I get it. But really, Belo, it's like it came down to who had the ball last. Because you could argue if the Falcons got the ball last, we'd have done the same with them. Matter of fact, if whoever was doing the tosses had just called the opposite of what they call, we probably would have been in the playoffs. Not only would we have been in the playoffs, we probably would have been in the NFC Championship. Now, we probably wouldn't have won. But we'd have been there because we would have beaten the Commanders and we would have beaten those sorry-ass Panthers, and that would be us. I'm just saying. So maybe we need to focus on our heads or tails, coin flips. Let's see. Carrie says, oh, wait, let's go to Falcon Commander. Coach Raheem, second season, heat is on. Go Atlanta Falcons. Rise up, Dirty Birds. Rise up. Carrie says, what is your post-draft way too early Falcons record for next season? T-Will. Can't say 17-0. Carrie, that's my brother, Eric. I don't do that 17-0 shit. You know that. That is my brother, Eric Parker, whose tagline is, I don't go to games expecting to lose. We could play the all Madden team of the greatest Hall of Famers in history, and I wouldn't go to a game expecting to lose. That's my brother. That's not me, Carrie. I'm gonna say 12-5. 11-6 is certainly within our grasp. And I think it's a reasonable expectation. Look, we went through a slump last year. We started 6-3. The last time that happened in 2015, you know what happened in 2016. So, again, it is it's a positive notion, right? It's a harbinger of good things to come. So yeah, I'm going to say 11-6, 12-5. Guys, what do you think the Falcons record is going to be this year? Let me know. Drop it in the chat. Nathan Floyd says, no, wait a minute. King Richie says, my only problem is can Matt Ryan help Penix through his rookie growth to grow a little faster? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I honestly think Penix will be fine. Penix has a good head on his shoulder. He's got a rocket arm. I think he'll be fine. Nathan Floyd says Tampa had a decent draft as far as talent. Saints are still trash. Yes, they are. They are donkey hooters. King Richie says now the defense quit on Jimmy Lake. We could have won that last game. No, it's kind of like Jimmy Lake quit on the defense, King Richie, because Jimmy Lake made a last-minute change to the defense that nobody liked and nobody understood. So, yeah, that was kind of Jimmy's fault. And I'm, no disrespect to Jimmy, but yeah, I'm not so sad that he got another opportunity to Whatever. Jimmy Lake Lanier had the whole defense playing crazy. Yes, he did. Carrie, Falcons win the division no matter what. Bucks and Panthers will be better, but the Aints will still be garbage. And that's the way it should be, Carrie. That is the way it should be. Carrie says, love it, T-Will. Carlo, my man Carlo says, can't go in a fight expecting defeat. No, I get it, Carlo. I look, I understand the sentiment, right? But, I'm just saying. The last time a team went 17-0 was 2007, which was how many years ago? 18, right? We're in 2025. It doesn't happen that often, guys. Okay? Doesn't happen that often. So while I would love to go 17-0, I am a Falcon fan through and through, have been so since 1977 AD in the year of our Lord. It's rare that teams go undefeated, right? Because before then, the last time somebody did it was in 1972 with Mercury Morris and Coach Shula and a whole bunch of old dudes. So it just doesn't happen. Look, nothing wrong with having lofty goals. Nothing wrong with that at all. You guys want to say we'll go 17-0? Who am I to stop you? I'm just saying realistically, 12-5, 11-6, right? Just my thoughts. Falcon Commander, 12-5, 2025 NFC champs. Go Atlanta Falcons, rise up, Dirty Birds. Love it, Falcon Commander. King Richie says, imagine we would have had to pick a QB out of the class. Thank you, King Richie. Thank you for saying that. Because that's what nobody's saying, right? All of these yahoos who are like, oh, I can't believe they traded back up into the first round. Do you know where we would be had we not drafted Penix? We might have had Shedeur Sanders. And no disrespect to Shedeur, but I don't think Shedeur is Michael Penix. Again, no disrespect to Shedeur. I don't think Cam Ward is Michael Penix, right? So Michael Penix is a once-in-a-lifetime arm. He is a generational arm. That dude can slang that thing, okay? He can throw it anywhere, any velocity, wherever it's gotta go, he can get it there, okay? He's like FedEx next day air. Boom. He can get it there, okay? So we are actually very fortunate and blessed. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Pause. Wait, what did I say, kid? What did I say that was a pausable offense? What did I say? I don't know, Carrie. You'll have to tell me offline. I don't know what I said that was a pausable offense. But anyway, if you say pause, then it's pause, Carrie. I trust you. Let's see. Where are we? Carrie says, did you see the new Aints QB said that New Orleans will get everything from him and he will die on the field for y'all? So who is it going to be, Walker or Pierce? I don't know, but that New Orleans QB is kind of giving me Ritter vibes. I'm not leaving until I'm not even going to do it. All right, Jay Black. Penix is better choice than Ward or Sanders. Agreed. You said yeah, I did say that. I didn't think of it that way, but thank you, Carrie. Keep me on my you're right. You're right, Carrie. Dang it. I didn't think about that. And this is YouTube, by the way, so you never know. You don't want anybody to get upset. So thank you, Carrie. Pause indeed. Wow. Falcon Commander says 1977. Grits Blitz defense. Go Atlanta Falcons. Rise up, Dirty Bird. Yeah, man. You couldn't pass on the Falcons in 77. I can tell you that. Nathan says Walker owns their new offensive tackle, so I'm going with Walker. I hear you, brother. Carrie found that funny. Well, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, I appreciate you guys joining me this morning. I'm so thankful. I am humbled. I appreciate it. King Richie says, man, if the Eagles did what we did in this draft, nobody. And that is, thank you, King Richie. How about you get out of my head, man? Because you are reading my thoughts right now. Because that is 100% correct. That's 100%. If the Eagles had done this, you know what they would have said? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They wouldn't have said Bupkis. They'd have been like, that's a great move. What a savvy move. What a great move by these Eagles. They saw an opportunity and they took it. They were aggressive and they were forward-thinking and visionary, and they took it. Oh, wait, what? Well, it wasn't the Eagles. It was the Falcons. Oh, it's the worst move ever. Oh my god. Oh my god. What are they thinking? Oh, those Falcons, they're idiots. I tell you. What are they? That's literally the comparison, right? Eagles would have done the same thing. They wouldn't have said anything. Agreed. Jay Black says, call it the 400 blitz package. I love it, man. I love it. Carrie says, oh boy, sleep is coming down. I'm actually going into this season so excited to see the defense. We're going to get the QB, and we have ball hawks in the secondary. When's the last time we've been excited to see the defense? Carrie, that's a great point. That is a great point. Jay Black says, T-Will, do you think Clark Phillips stays on the 53? A lot of competition. And Jay Black, that's a good point. For me, like who was that guy? Oh man, Brent Grimes. Phillips reminds me a lot of Brent Grimes, but he just doesn't have Brent Grimes' jumping ability. Because the thing about Brent Grimes was short, but Brent Grimes could jump. He could jump. So if it was a 50-50 ball, I don't care if the guy was 6'5", Brent Grimes could jump out of the gym. And I just don't see that with Clark. So if you put a guy on him that's 6'4", he's not going to be able to contest it. And that's the technically Clark Phillips is not bad. He's in place. He's usually where he needs to be. But if you're in a man situation and you got a guy 6'3", 6'4" over him, he doesn't really have a chance. And that's the problem. So, because he to me, he does not have the ups and the jumping ability that Brent Grimes has. Brent Grimes was a special individual. Because, again, he was no bigger than Clark Phillips, but he could jump out of the gym. And there are a lot of times where balls were thrown where Brent just played the ball. He didn't play the man in certain situations. He played the ball. And I just don't see that with Clark Phillips. So, to your point, Jay Black, Clark may not be here. We got Ryan from the Birdcage in the building. What up, Ryan? Ryan says, the only player in this draft that played like Grimes and is better is Kendall Barler of FAMU. We didn't take him, sadly, but I'm good with our picks. Yeah, me too. Well, you know what, Ryan? I'm going to have to check out, you said Kendall Barler? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm going to have to check him out, Ryan. I'll do that when we get off the show, man. Ryan, how you doing, brother? You doing all right? Hopefully all is well, man. Hopefully all is well. Good to see you this morning, Mr. Ryan. Hope all is well with you on your Tuesday morning. So, yeah, man. I think I covered everybody's questions. Yeah, Jay Black, you're right. I mean, we got Kobe Phillips. We got a lot of corners, man. I don't know. Did we draft Clark Phillips? He wasn't a first round pick, right? Is he a third round pick? Ryan would know. Ryan, what round did we get Clark Phillips in? What round did we get Clark Phillips in? Ryan, I know you know. I want to say he was third or fourth round. He may have been later. So if you have to, yeah, fourth. Thank you, Big Low. Appreciate that, brother. So yeah, if you got to cut him, it's no big deal. And Jay Black, you make a good point. He may not be. Because I tell you what, man, that Kobe Bryant is something. Okay, I've heard rave reviews around about him. So I don't know, man. And then there are 8 corners on here, so it's going to be some heavy competition. Plus, I believe Bowman, not the guy we got in the third round, but the other gentleman, Bowman, the guy we got in the fourth round, he is supposedly going to be used as a nickel corner. So that does not leave a whole lot of opportunities for one Clark Phillips. Now, they may get rid of Kevin King or Antonio, whoever the other guy is, whatever. They could get rid of them. They could get rid of the cornerback that we signed from Detroit that's going to be special teams. So it may not necessarily be Phillips, but I think Phillips will be impacted by it. I 100% think he's going to be impacted by it. But, good question. Good question, guys. Good question. Well, guys, yeah, I think that's about it. Really don't have any other topics to discuss at this point. So thank you to everyone who did join. I appreciate you guys. I'm so appreciative. Guys, this was fun. Thank you for joining me. I really enjoyed doing this show. I really enjoyed talking Falcons, man. This was great. Great time. Again, Big Low, you are just one in a million, dude. You are one of one. And Big Low, we love you. Matter of fact, we love everybody in the chat, but Big Low, we love you. We love you. And I just want you to know, man, that video was outstanding. Uncle Steve, we love you. Ryan, we love you. King Richie, we love you. Carlo, we love you. Jay Black, we love you. Miss Carrie, we love you. Falcon Commander, we love you. Michael, we love you. Antonio, we love you. King Richie, Nathan Floyd, Jay Black. I think that's everybody. Yeah. Yeah. That's everybody. I hope it's everybody. Velo's World, we love you. Hey, man, we're just glad you came and joined us. This was fun. Enjoyed the fellowship. And hey, guys, looking forward to it. I'll be back tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. It'll be myself and John from Out of Your Falcon Mind. We'll be talking Braves tomorrow, as the Braves did win the world. Excuse me. Whoo! Hopefully that's a harbinger of things to come. Maybe foreshadowing. The Braves won the series over the weekend against the Diamondbacks, and they won last night against the Rockies. Although the Rockies suck, so they should win. But hopefully they'll pull out this series. And look, if the Braves sweep the Rockies, they'll be 500. So Braves are doing well. John and I will be discussing the Braves and everything that's going on with them tomorrow from 8:45 till about 10:15. So if you guys are up and ready and available and want to talk some Braves, you can join us there as well. That'd be great. So we'll see you tomorrow. And I might do like a little 30-minute show later on today on TikTok. But that's going to be it. So you guys have an amazing day, amazing Tuesday. Be safe if you're out there driving in traffic, and if you're working from home. Hey, man, enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Get you some air. Enjoy the wonderful weather wherever you are. I want to thank you guys again for joining me. Appreciate the fellowship. I want to thank God. Thank you, Jesus, for waking me up this morning. Appreciate the opportunity. Definitely want to thank Miss Carrie. She's the greatest producer in the world for all that she does. Guys, if you don't know, although I don't see how you don't know, but if you don't know, you can join me at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. So if you have not subscribed already, please do so, as it does give me a little bit more wiggle room in the algorithm and allow me to get more opportunities to bring more content to you. Michael, we love you, buddy. So if you would just go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the link that I have below me if you haven't already. And yeah, tell your friends. Last but not least, again, thank you, God, but thank you, Jack Spade and Eric Parker, my brother, for giving me my opportunity in this business. I will forever love you guys. I'm forever grateful. You guys have an amazing day. Rise up, everybody. And again, thank you for joining. Goodbye, everybody.